Mic test.
Good morning to all. We will be conducting the pre-bid conference for contract IDs 26 ID 0069 to 71 48 rebid and 50 rebid pursuant to section 51 of the IR of Code 009. Also, this pre-bid conference is open to all prospective bidders. Attendance is not mandatory, but all prospective bidders will remain bound by any supplemental bulletin to be issued after this pre-bid conference. This pre-bid conference is also live streamed in our official YouTube channel pursuant to Section 38 of the same IRR and DEO number 6 series of 2024. Mr. Chair, you may begin.
Thank you. The pre-bid conference for 26 IG 0069 to 26 IG 0071 and 26 IG 0048 rebid and 26 IG 0050 rebid is hereby called to order at 10:23 in the morning, August 13, 2026 at Bidding Room Procurement Building, East Texas. So, Mr. Secretary,
So, Mr. Chair, for the record, please respond with present and raise your hand once your name is called to acknowledge your attendance and to determine whether a quorum exists. For the Bids and Awards Committee, the chairperson, Engineer Junsit Sabilino, is on official travel. The presiding officer is the vice chairperson, Engineer Delfin L.O. Jr. We have regular members, Engineer Binibisi Orapa, and Engineer Avelina D. Mulabola, while Engineer Jeffrey F. Ritana, as well as Engineer Mike J. Pilola, is also on official travel, and we have finally Engineer Sam Jansi Catolico. For the technical working group, we have the head Engineer Karen Joy G. Ramos, the members Engineer Noel A. Cornetes, Mrs. Flor de Liz A. Castro, and Engineer Mary Desiree M. Velasco. For the secretariat, yours truly, Engineer Emmanuel Marisacro. We have the procurement staff, Engineer Azulem de Serra, Mrs. Remedios B. Inguni, Mr. Mark Antonio Virilla, and Mr. Carlos C. Diaz. For the observers, Mr. Chair, we have duly invited them in writing, but none attended in person as of the roll call. Also, we would like to acknowledge the presence of representatives from the Planning and Design section. We have Engineer Clyde Earl S. Oka and Architect Denise Kimberly Cadalo. So for this pre-bid conference, Mr. Chair, 4 out of 7 members of the committee are present, hence a quorum exists.
please thank you, Secretariat. The Bank shall proceed as a collegial body. The Secretariat is directed to record all actions, questions, clarifications, motions, and agreements per procurement project per contract ID. And Secretariat, please read the agenda.
So for this pre-bid conference, Mr. Chair, the following are the agenda items. Agenda 1, call to order. Agenda 2, brief presentation or explanation by the BAC of the basic contract data per contract, including the bidding documents, required documents, common causes of disqualification, and prevention measures. Agenda 3, questions or comments from our bidders and replies of the BAC per contract. Agenda 4, other matters. Agenda 5, summary of proceedings and supplemental or bid bulletins to be issued, if any. And lastly, Agenda 6, adjournment. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so may I hear a motion to adopt the agenda? Any objection?
None, Mr. Chair.
There being none, the agenda is adopted. Before we proceed, we emphasize that this pre-bid conference is the proper venue for prospective bidders to seek clarifications on the bidding documents, required documents, technical and financial components, and criteria and procedures to be applied. However, the BAC will not modify the bidding documents orally. Any material clarification, amendment, or modification shall be made only through a written supplemental bid bulletin. So we now proceed to Agenda 2, which is the brief presentation explanation by the BAC. For each contract ID, the end user, imprinting unit representative, shall present the contract title, location, ABC, duration, or delivery period, brief scope, and relevant implementation concerns. Bidders may note their questions, clarifications, or Agenda 3, where questions shall likewise be taken per contract ID. So, Secretariat, please call the first procurement project.
So the first procurement project, Mr. Chair, is the construction of two-story multipurpose building covered court with stage, Barangay Zone 1 City of Baybay, Leyte with contract ID 26 IG 0069 to be presented by architect Dennis Cadali.
For contract ID number 86-069. They will contract name of construction two-story multi-purpose building covered court with stage located at Barangay Zone 1 City of Baybay, with a total cost of 10 million and a calendar dates of 240. For contract description and scope, this project involves the full completion of the following facilities: covered court with two-story stage and green decks, training for women and female. The major scope of work established all necessary concrete floors and roofing floors required to complete the structure. For the approved budget of the contract, we have 9,899,930 point. For info, Mama Sir, we also have a revision of
Yeah.
the required pickup license for this contract is as follows. One, license category C and B. Two, license classification small b. Contract similar to the project DEO described as follows. In accordance with DPWH DEO number 164 series of 2025. For major category of works code, we have VAC, WOPLC. For works description, we have building construction without files, low rise, concrete, frame 1 to 5 stories. Similar category works code, we have VAC, WP, CCP. With a similar category of works description, buildings, construction with walls, high rise, concrete, plastic base, a fast in place pad and about 6. For similar category for codes, we have the ICWPH CCP, the ICWPH CCP, by C, WPH CCP, the ICWPH CPP, the ICWPH CDP 16, the ICWP LCDP, the ICWPH C, the ICWOPH C16, the ICWPMCDP, the ICWPMCDP.
Okay, thank you, Architect Cadali. The basic contract data for contract ID number 26 ID 069 is noted, and questions with the contract ID will be taken under Agenda 3. So, Secretariat, please call the next procurement project.
The next procurement project, Mr. Chair, is construction of three-story multi-purpose building, Barangay Hall, Barangay Kang-Iras, Hilongos, Leyte, with contract ID 26 IG 0070, to be presented by Engineer Clyde S. Opa.
Morning. For 26 IG 0070, national Two-Storey and the first experience of the Kang-Iras. Total registrations of 210 calendar days. The project covers the construction of the three-story building of the Bagacay-Tib-o under the Hilongos. The area is approximately equal to 108 square meters. This project consists of the architectural, structural, plumbing, electrical, electronics, and mechanical components of the building. Architectural component primarily consists of the painting, installation of floor and wall tiles, cement plaster finish, ceiling works, installation of wooden panel doors and aluminum glass windows and aluminum frame glass doors. A structural component, this includes the construction of tie beams, rain beams, roof beams and girders, columns, slab and footings, and other concrete structures. For the plumbing component, common toilet is located on each floor of the building with provisions of the BP344. For the building's lighting system, LED down lights and proper lamps are placed within the functional spaces of the building. For the electronics component, fire alarm system is integrated in the building. The provision of smoke detectors. Then this is also for the electronics component. It's also the provision, includes the provision of a CCTV system for security purposes. So the layout for the fire alarm system and CCTV system respectively are shown in the details. For the mechanical component, wall mounted and floor mounted air conditioning units are also integrated in the building. The schedule for air conditioning units are shown also at the time. Finally, it also includes the provision of ventilating equipment such as the ceiling fan and the exhaust fan. So a fire extinguisher is also located on the shore of the building. So we have a total of 3 fire extinguishers. And for information, there is a revision of what it is. So, how based on how the required pickup license for this contract is as follows. Number 1, license category C and D, license classification small b. Contract similar to the project shall be those described as follows. In accordance with DPWH Leyte number 164 series of 2025. The major category of works code BICWOPLC. For the works description, buildings, construction without piles, low-rise concrete frame 1 to 5 stories.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Opa. And the basic product data for contract ID number 26IG0070 is noted. And questions on this contract ID will be taken under agenda 3. So, Mr. Secretary, please call the next procurement project.
The next procurement project, Mr. Chair, is access road and or bridges from the national roads leading to major strategic public buildings facilities. Junction Himay-angan-Silago-Abuyog Boundary Road, Bagacay-Tib-o, Abuyog Leyte with contract ID 26IG0071 to be presented by Engineer Cornetas.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
For contract ID number 26IG0071, access roads and or bridges with the national roads leading to major strategic public buildings, facilities, Junction, Himay-angan-Silago-Abuyog Boundary Road, Bagacay-Tib-o, kilometer 1131 plus 985 to kilometer 1132 plus 375, kilometer 1132 plus 669, kilometer 1134 plus 956, Abuyog Leyte. This contract is located at Barangay, Abuyog Leyte with total appropriation of 34,300,000 with a total approved budget for the contract of 33,956,912 and 49 centavos. The total contract duration of 199 calendar days. This contract has two major civil works, namely civil works number one, construction of concrete road with a total length of 1.354 kilometers or 2.7083 kilometers, and civil works number two is construction of drainage along road with a total length of 786 linear meters. We have also construction of three roads of 1.8 and 1.5 reinforced concrete box culvert, and also we have construction of gravel road, total length of 177 meters. By the way, the width of the pavement is 3.75 both sides, so a total width of 6.1 meters with total thickness of 300 millimeters. That's it.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Cornetes. The basic contract data for contract ID number 26 ID 0071 is noted, and questions on this contract ID will be taken under Agenda 3. So, Mr. Secretariat, please call the next procurement project.
So the next procurement project, Mr. Chair, or second to the last, is construction of two-story multipurpose building, mixed-use building, Barangay President Garcia, Matalom, Leyte, contract ID 26IG 0048 3B, to be presented by Engineer Cornetes.
Hindi ako engineer Danieles. For contract ID, that's 6 ID 0048 3B. Construction of two-story multipurpose building, mixed-use building, Barangay President Garcia, Matalom, Leyte, 10.250-200, 124.816 standard, located at Barangay President Garcia, Matalom, Leyte, with a total approved budget for the contract of 3,575,906 pesos and 43 centavos. The total contract duration of 180 calendar days. Next scope of work is two-story construction of barangay express. The total floor area of 5 by 5. With a total building of 7.7 by 10.7. The major category this building is fully furnished, including the works, electrical works, tile works, plumbing works. Also, the programmer also provide 5 sets of air conditioning units, window type air conditioning units, and also operation of 1 unit of fire extinguisher. And also for this contract, its license category is license E and D with classification of small E. And contract similar to the project shall be described as follows in accordance to DPWH Department Order number 164, 2025. With major category of work, PICWL, OPLC, work description as buildings, construction without files, low rise, low spray, fund, files.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Cornetes. Basic contract data for contract ID number 26IG 0048 reviewed is noted. Questions with contract ID will be taken under agenda 3. So, Mr. Secretariat, we call the last procurement project.
So the last project, Mr. Chair, is construction of two-story multipurpose building, evacuation center, Barangay Matalom, Leyte. Contract ID 26IG 0050 rebid. To be presented again by Engineer Cornette.
Hindi ako architect, chief of nila. For contract ID 6ID 0050, reveal construction of two-story building, evacuation center, Barangay Matalom, Abuyog, Leyte, 10.774 125.0267 survey. Payment at Barangay Matalom, Abuyog, Leyte, the total contract duration of 240 calendar days. The approved budget for the contract of 9,899,973 pesos and 47 centavos. Major work is construction of two-story evacuation center with a total floor area of 279 and 279.56 square meters. The programmer also provided stone masonry used as a floor protection with a total height of 1.5 meters surrounding the building. Also, it has provision of a micropile with a dimension of 200 by 210 with a total height of 6 meters. This building is already plastered with paint finish. And the electrical works is only the rock in with conduits. And all floor is tiles, tiles na siya. Ang all toilets na pala yung tiles sa toilets. Yung, for the first and second floor slab, no lang, no trowel switch.
We thank you, Engineer Cornette. The basic of the data for contract ID number 26IG 0005 is noted. And questions with contract ID will be taken under agenda 3. So all different projects including this previous conference have been individually presented as the basic contract data. We now proceed to the explanation of the bidding documents and record submissions subject to any special requirement per contract ID. The Secretariat and TWG will walk us through the contents of the bidding documents. The documents to be submitted by the bidders, criteria and procedure for eligibility, preliminary examination, evaluation, post qualification, and award. So, Mr. Secretariat, you may begin.
Yes, Mr. Chair. So, our bidding documents, Mr. Chair, we adopted the first edition of the NGPA bidding documents as of May 2025. So the contents of the bidding documents are as follows. Section 1 is the invitation to bid. Section 2, instruction to bidders. Section 3, bid data sheet. Section 4, general conditions of the contract. Section 5, special conditions of contract. Section 6, specifications. Section 7, drawings. Section 8, bill of quantities. And Section 9, the Philippine bidding documents related form. So we encourage our prospective bidders, Mr. Chair, to review the bid data sheet, special conditions of the contract, the specifications, the prescribed forms, and especially the checklist of technical and financial documents, which is under Section 9, because the back to the TWG will be employing a non-discretionary pass or fail criteria, so presence or absence of documents, as well as patently insufficient documents, Mr. Chair. So for the invitation to bid, the cost of the bidding documents fee for this batch of procurement are as follows. So 10,000 for 69, 70, and 50 rebid. 25,000 for 71 and 5,000 for 48 rebid. The deadline for the submission and receipt of bids is August 25, 2026 at 10 a.m. Also, in case the bidder will be submitting their bids through their authorized representative, they must the authorized representative must present a valid proof of authority in the form of an SPA or secretary certificate, whichever is applicable. Failure to present this proof of authority may be a ground for rejection of their bids, Mr. Chair. And then for just a reminder to our prospective bidders that are corporations, please include your general information sheet. However, if you are a one-person corporation under SEC rules, the GIS does not apply, but I think there is an equivalent document, which is your submission of corporation officers, so that will also suffice. And then for contract ID 26IG0071, since this project is more than 30 million, prospective bidders must have ISO certification, Mr. Chair. So all details are indicated in the bid data sheet, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you, Secretary. Then the TWG shall move through the main contents of the technical and financial proposals. This walkthrough is for guidance only and does not replace the checklist, bid data sheets, forms, and specific requirements in the bidding documents. So, head TWG, you may begin.
The technical proposal refers to the presentation following under the legal documents published in the Technical members of the Morgan present when we by the time one of the IRR. Under technical documents, statement of the perspective year of all ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet signed. Item C, statement of the bidders of the largest completed contracts similar to the contract to be made. Item D, specialty that license includes of joint ventures and registration for the life of the cost of the contract to be made. Item E, original copy of bid security in form of surety bond. Item F, project requirements, which shall also include the following: organizational chart for the contract to be, list of contractors, key personnel to be assigned to the contract to be made with their complete qualifications, list of contractors, research, construction, and laboratory equipment users. And in accordance with DPWH number 11, series of 2017, as stated in PDS ID clause 12.1, which are owned, leased, and or under purchase agreements, supported by proof of ownership or certification of availability. For corporations, partnerships, private sector organizations, foundations, and associations, latest general information sheet or GIS needed. Item G, original duly signed omnibus sworn statement or OSS and if applicable, original notarized secretary certificate in case of a corporation, partnership, or cooperative. And ISO certification for ABC, which is about 30 million pesos. Under financial documents, the prospective figures computation of net financial contracting capacity with NFCC. And if applicable, will be signed joint venture agreement or JPA in accordance with RA number 4566 and its IRR in case of the joint venture is already in existence or duly notarized statement of all the potential joint venture partners stating that they will enter into and violate provisions of the JPA in the instance that the bid is successful. For the financial proposal or the second envelope should contain among others. First, the original design and accomplishment shall be formed. Second, original design each prices in the bid of quantity. All required items must be priced in accordance with the meeting document. Third, duly acknowledge detailed estimate form, including acknowledged of unit prices of materials, labor and expenses arriving at the bid. And fourth, cash flow by quarter and parts of calculation. The bidder surveyed that arithmetic parchment will be applied in accordance with the rule set in the bid document. Financial proposal must be consistent with the political proposal and free from unjustified prompt loading or obvious accounting errors. And alterations or erasures must be properly undersigned and must then conflict with the bidding document.
The criteria and procedure for eligibility, preliminary examination, evaluation, post-qualification, and so on. For this batch, the applicable criteria are as follows. For contract ID, 6970, 21, and 48 repeats and 50 repeat. The category is infrastructure with word criterion of LCRT. Eligibility and preliminary examination shall be conducted based on the requirements in the bidding documents and applicable IRR provisions, as well as electronic eligibility processing using the civil works application. In accordance with DPWH Department Order Number 164 Series of 2025. Bidders already registered in the DPWH Civil Works Registry are highly encouraged to update their records. The evaluation shall follow the evaluation basis stated in the bidding documents with the last project on the payment. Both qualifications shall be verified, validate, and ascertain the truthfulness, efficiency, and authenticity of the bidder's legal, technical, and financial documents and statements. Award shall be recommended to the bidder determined to be responsive under the application award criteria subject to host approval and compliance with post-award requirements. Any special requirement is firstly reflected in the bidding documents, BDS, specification, checklist, or equivalent procurement document not fairly inconsistent.
Common causes of disqualification and how to avoid them. Consistent with the proactive role of the BAC during the PBC, we emphasize the following common causes of disqualification and prevention measures. These reminders or illustrative and should always be read with the bidding documents. First is failure to submit a required document or submission of abundantly insufficient or improperly executed documents. Second is unsigned, undated, unauthorized, or improperly notarized forms. Third is invalid or outdated bill jobs, eligibility documents, pickup or license documents, or authority of signatory. Fourth is incomplete or inaccurate statements of ongoing contracts, SLCC, titular experience, and MTP, or the financial documents. Fifth is bid security, wrong form, amount, or validity period. Financial bid exceeding the ABC, missing BOQ or price schedule entries, or the arithmetic price inconsistencies. Lastly is alterations or erasures not properly countersigned or submissions inconsistent with the bidding documents.
So that concludes agenda 2. So we now proceed to agenda 3 for questions and comments from bidders. We now open the floor for questions and comments from bidders. To keep the record clear, questions will be taken per contract ID. State your name, company, contract ID concerned, and a specific section or page of the bidding documents if possible. Questions raised before the PBC are received by the BAC Secretariat and shall also be taken up under the appropriate contract ID where applicable. Oral answers today are for discussions purposes. Any clarification that amends, modifies, or formally clarifies the bidding documents shall be issued through a written supplemental bid bulletin. So, Secretariat, please call the first contract ID for questions.
Mr. Chair, for the record, there is only one or two viewers in our online live stream, and as of this moment, The Secretariat did not receive any qualifications for this batch of procurement, but in the interest of transparency, Mr. Chair, we now call 26 IG 0069 for questions. We just give them one minute, Mr. Chair, and then we proceed to the next. But for clarity, may we call the presenter as well, just to
Okay,
clarify,
so the floor is
because
now open.
there are now 4 viewers, Mr. Chair. The discussion earlier of architect Kabalin, una, si architect Dennis man to na?
So,
There is a supplemental or a revision of the quantity, and we have already prepared the supplemental bulletin, Mr. Chair. It's already signed, and we will be posting it after this pre-bid conference. So far, still no question, Mr. Chair. I will now call the second contract, 26 IG 0071. May we request Engineer Oka to join again the committee? May we clarify, Engineer Clyde, if there will be revisions for this program or the below quantities? So, Mr. Chair, may we request Engineer Clyde as well as the planning to give us the revision later this afternoon, because the bidding of this batch of procurement is August 25, and the seven days period to post the supplemental bulletin would be on August 18. Tomorrow is 15, 17. So, yeah, so hopefully we can have the revised quantities by tomorrow afternoon, the very least.
Oh, initial or first kaya yun sa side effects niya kasi apply.
So, still no questions, Mr. Chair. We proceed to 71. Again, no questions in our live stream, Mr. Chair. We proceed to 48 rebid. Again, no question, Mr. Chair. Lastly, 26 IG 50 rebid. So far, no questions raised, Mr. Chair.
okay, thank you, Secretariat. So, all product IDs have been opened for questions. So we now take up agenda 4, other matters. So Secretariat, please remind the participants regarding official communications, confidentiality, and supplemental bid bulletin deadlines.
So for the record, Mr. Chair, and for the information of our prospective leaders, again, all communications with the BAC shall be posted through official channels only and the BAC Secretariat. No unauthorized release or discussion or clarification of procurement documents shall be made outside official channels. Requests for clarification, since no questions or clarifications were raised today during our pre-bid, the prospective bidders must submit in writing their questions at least 10 calendar days before the deadline for the submission of bids, which will be tomorrow. The BAC will respond if necessary through a bid bulletin and will be made available and posted at least 7 days before the deadline. Any supplemental or bid bulletin shall be posted in the field jobs in a conspicuous place in the procuring entity's website. And again, Mr. Chair, no questions as of this time.
Okay, thank you, Secretariat. Are there other matters from the BAC?
And from the Mr. Chair.
CDBG, End users or bidders?
No question.
So, none, we proceed to agenda 5. So for agenda 5, the Secretariat will summarize the key points discussed and indicate the supplemental bid bulletins to be issued if any.
So for the record, Mr. Chair, the following were taken up during this pre-bid conference. First, the schedule and a legal basis for the pre-bid conference were confirmed, including the non-mandatory attendance and the live streaming of this proceeding. The basic contract data were presented per contract. The structure and main contents of the bidding documents were also briefly explained and discussed. The required documents for the technical and financial components were also discussed and highlighted. Per contract, the eligibility, preliminary examination, evaluation, post-qualification, and award procedures were also explained, as well as the common causes of disqualification and prevention measures were also included. So, for the record, there are no questions or clarifications from prospective bidders. The confidentiality and official communication and supplemental bulletin rules were also reiterated, and based on today's discussions, we will be issuing 2 supplemental bulletins. One is already duly approved, and we will be posting it later today for contact ID 26RJ0069, and then tomorrow, hopefully, we will be able to issue the supplemental bulletin for 70. I think that's all, Mr. Chair. Just a final reminder again, only posted supplemental or bid bulletin will amend our posted bidding documents. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you, Secretariat. So under corrections and additions, the summary of proceedings, there being none, the summary of proceedings is noted for the record. So the Secretariat is directed to reflect the same in the minutes, including the part of the questions and answers. There being no other matters for discussion, may I hear a motion to adjourn this pre-bid conference? Any objection?
Not Mr. Chair.
There being no objection, the pre-bid conference is adjourned at 11:04 in the morning on August 13, 2026.